Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Something Wicked This Way Comes. This is the 1983 movie. It's an hour and 35 minutes long. Stars Jason Robards. You got him right there. Some familiar faces you'll recognize, but it mostly centers around two young kids, two boys, Will and Jack. I've already forgotten his name. Jim. Will and Jim. Will is Will Holloway. He's played by Vidal Peterson, and Jim Nightshade is played by Sean Carson. These two young boys, 11ish, I don't know, somewhere around there. It's set in a small town up in where the leaves are definitely turning. It's October, and a small town, very rural, and it's got its own everybody. It's a kind of town that everybody knows everybody. It's yeah, and we follow them as they meet different people in the town and how they interact with them. Whether it's their school teacher, the guy who runs the local bar, another guy who he likes to gamble a lot. There's another guy who is always talking about. We learn a lot about these people in the narration that starts out the film. And by the way, this is based on a Ray Bradbury story, his novel, and he's actually the screenwriter for this. So this tries to hew as closely to his original story as possible when making it into a film. So you could always say that, oh, there's other writers took it in a different direction. No, you can't, because he's the only one that I can see here that is listed as a screenplay writer. So I don't know how often he did this, but it appears that he had a very strong connection to this piece. I'm feeling that if he had the book, it is probably much more in detail. I have not read the book, but yeah, it's definitely a Ray Bradbury story. If you don't know who he is, he's known for his sci-fi, just very. I don't necessarily call him fantasy, because when I say fantasy, it makes people think of Lord of the Rings or something. But no, he definitely has these. Some of the little bit of a horror angle, but yeah, mostly he's associated with sci-fi. He is an iconic writer, but in this story, we got a little bit of a spooky story here. It's kind of a horror tale, and yeah, let's just say a small town faces something that it has never experienced before. Its own temptations, and some of those temptations lead to people's dreams coming true, but not without a price. So we get to see these two young boys as they get to sort of sneak around this carnival that's just come to town mysteriously in the middle of the night and set up shop, and everybody's loving it. It's great. There's entertaining, and there's just people can win things, and people go to the mirror place, the mirror tent. There's a carousel. It's the kind of thing where if after watching this movie, you may not want to never get on a carousel ever again. It's not like, oh my gosh, it's scary, it's like it's going to go out of control and crash. It's not like Final Destination or anything, but it's a little creepy. The only thing that I will warn you about, if you are afraid of spiders, specifically tarantulas, this will be upsetting to you. It is there's a considerable amount of tarantulas in this movie. One scene in particular, just one scene, very tarantula-y. So, by the way, I wanted to show this to you. I really love the artist on this. This is the poster, and it's 1983, and I don't know why I can't figure out who did this. It's yeah, no. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to how to determine. It makes me feel like it's Drew Struzan meets Bill Sienkiewicz. I'm not really sure. I could be absolutely wrong, but I really love the poster. So yeah, Carnival comes to town, things get weird, and these boys are the only ones who might be able to stop what is happening, until it becomes clear that, well, they've caught the eye of Mr. Dark, the man behind the carnival, and he needs to get a hold of them so they don't mess up his plans. By the way, the carnival is called the Dark's Pandemonium Carnival. He is played by bring him up here, Jonathan Pryce. You've seen him in a billion things, but he is so young here. It seems like for the longest time, whenever I've seen Jonathan Pryce in anything in the last 30 years, it seems like he's always been gray hair. He always kind of a fatherly type, sometimes a villain, sometimes a good guy, but he's always just had this elder statesman kind of character. He has range. He's always dramatic, or he can do comedy or drama, and he's like an iconic character actor. He's just you want him in your film because he's just fantastic. In this, I've never seen him look like this. I realize this movie is something like at least 40 years old, 42, 3, 40, yeah, 43 years old, 40, yeah. So people age, obviously, which is kind of a theme in this as well, aging. But he plays the villain in this, and I'm not spoiling anything by telling you that the moment you see the guy, you're like, oh, well, this is our villain, obviously. His name is Mr. Dark. Come on. So what we do is we get the boys just trying to figure out what's going on. What's so going on with this carnival? What's going wrong? And where are the people disappearing to? The people we know from the town that we were introduced to in a voiceover in the very beginning, some narration on part of one of our characters, sort of looking back on this time. And there's just a bunch of things everybody has to sort of come to terms with, a number of different characters from the town, but the boys become the focus and the make or break of whether this I don't want to spoil it, anything, whether anything sticks or if things can be stopped. Can they stop? Two young boys stop evil from overtaking their town in the form of a carnival. So, I know it sounds really strange. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And there's a really good chance that a lot of people haven't seen this film. I feel like I've seen this film back when it came out when I was a kid, but it's completely erased from my mind. So I have to treat this as when I check off the things on my list, I have to note whether I've seen something or not before. Like the Marvel movies, Star Wars movies, obviously I've seen all those, the Pixar and the Disney animation stuff. I've seen nearly all of them all before, but I have to mark this as something I haven't seen. It's I know the name, I'm familiar with it. I had not read the novel, but it's something that since this was only added to Disney Plus just a few weeks ago, like surprisingly, I usually try to keep track of announcements as to what's coming out each week on Disney Plus, so I know what to add in the coming months. But this came out of nowhere. This came out of left field, and it's about time because it is a Disney film. It's not like it's a Fox property that they bought and now hey, we can put this on Disney Plus. No, it is definitely a Disney film. So you're not going to find anything like objectionable. It may not be too culturally sensitive, let's say, at certain points, which may have kept it from being on here earlier. But there's no like pre-movie warning that says, hey, there's some things that are wrong and always wrong, and you can't skip this. Here's a warning. Just be prepared. There's people dressed as Native Americans who aren't Native Americans. Things like that. So no, it doesn't have that kind of warning. It kind of just, we're going to go with it. This is an earlier time, early 20th century, and yeah, I don't think there's anything offensive to it, but who am I to really tell you? So definitely this is something worth checking out. It doesn't have like a Rock'em Sock'em action pace or anything else. You're not gonna blast through it, but there are points where I thought I could just have this on in the background while I'm working on something else, like, oh yeah, oh wow, that's cool, yeah. No, after a while, I realized it doesn't give you the normal audio or even some visual cues as to what's going on. So if you're not looking at it, don't expect the audio to walk you through it and make you understand what's going on the screen with that if you're not looking. So you need to pay attention to the film because a lot of context, a lot of what's happening with our characters is not obvious unless, you know, until somebody starts screaming. Then you get an idea of what's going on. But yeah, it's a little bit more subtle. And when I have to talk about the effects. It is 1983. We do not have a proliferation of digital effects and things like that. A lot of it's practical. Some of it is animated, like layered animation on top of the live action. There's some definite like camera tricks and things like that that are employed. Some of it is hasn't aged well, but a lot of it surprisingly has. And so that's a credit to the film, to the people who made it, that they don't try to pull back from making it Disney-ish. I don't know if I don't want to count that as a bad thing, but they don't softball it for little kids. This is not a little kids film. This is not a little kids Disney film. This is a teens and up, maybe tweens and up kind of movie. But expect your tweens to be a little freaked out. Some of them. I don't know what they are like today. I don't know if they like. Do you like tarantulas? Well, that will be a deciding factor. So if you don't like tarantulas, this might be, at least one scene will be very difficult for you. This is beyond all this. I think this is a really great movie, but I think it will will be better for me if I watch it again and with others. This is the kind of movie you want to sit down and just focus on and enjoy, because it doesn't handhold you. It's creepy. It has layers to the storytelling, and it is definitely a slow burn. I don't want to. I want to say it's slow and it's boring. Not at all. Not at all. But it is definitely not your standard Disney film. So definitely check this out. This is a pleasant surprise. I had to start my Halloween run a day early because of this, because I'm thinking everything from here on out, documentaries, shorts, series, and movies, some old, some brand new to the streaming service here on Disney Plus, is what we're going to be watching. In fact, there'll be no two categories the same back to back. So, we'll even have a documentary, but it'll be a fun, interesting documentary that has to do a little bit with something a bit part of the spooky season. And the only thing that's missing here is I don't think there's a Star Wars thing. Star Wars has horror stuff in it, not necessarily in television or Disney Plus, but we should get something more that will fit into the Halloween realm. I don't know. Anyway, no Star Wars in the next few days, because I think I've really watched everything on Disney Plus. Unless it's coming soon, I've watched everything on Disney Plus that is Star Wars. So we still have a few Marvel things left. We have a few, maybe one Pixar thing, bunch of documentaries, so many documentaries, way too many reality TV shows. Yes, some sharks, but either way. If you throw this in your mix for Halloween, but don't try to watch it while you're trying to do other things, it's only, you need to pay attention to it. I think it just really fuel the atmosphere. And yes, it does not have modern special effects, but I think that's its charm. So definitely give this a shot. Great cast: Jason Robards, Jonathan Pryce, Diane Ladd. Who else is in this that I recognize? There's a few. Oh, Pam Grier. Pam Grier is in this. So yeah, she'll recognize her as well. No, I'm not going to say who it is. So yeah, don't look at IMDb before you watch this. Be a little surprised, but definitely this is parental guidance type of horror movie. You will not find blood and guts or anything else, but again, spiders might be a little upsetting. I was about to pick tomorrow's episode, but I already know what it is because tomorrow's Sunday. Sunday is when we do our weekly series of Disneyland's 70th anniversary point of view walkthrough, ride through videos. They've created a series of animated shorts, in a sense, and tomorrow is technically the final one of the 16 episodes that they added back in July on the 17th, on the 70th birthday of Disneyland, which opened in 1955. So, tomorrow I left this as the very last one because it fits right in with Halloween. It's the Haunted Mansion. And it's also the longest of all of the Disney point of view ride through videos. So, yeah, it's a good finale to this thing. But it's actually not the finale because they've added a few more 70th anniversary things that we're going to be watching on the following Sundays. At least 2 more of them. But we'll talk about those next week. So, tomorrow, we're going to be watching the Disneyland 70th anniversary point of view ride through video of the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow.